Automatic notice. Tax Abatement Committee will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, March 24th, 2026 at 6 p.m. in the Automatic Chambers, 165 Church Street, New Haven, to hear the following. Number one, LM 2025-0613, order concerning real property taxes of Richard A. Buckholz, tax account number 1929, 1930, and 1931. Number two, LM 2026-0022, order concerning urban youth boxing, requesting tax assistance on property located at account numbers 947-093, 83873, and 65766. Number three, LM 2026-0029, order concerning real property taxes of Elizabeth Santiago on motor vehicle tax accounts 95875, 93732, 95892, 98079, and 98106. Number four, LM 2026-0081, order of the New Haven Board of Alders authorizing the tax agreement related to the property at 12 East Ferry Street. Number five, LM 2026-0046, order concerning real property taxes of Mary Britton on motor vehicle tax accounts 56132 and 56119. Number six, LM 2026-0049, order concerning real property taxes of Cassandra C. Roach on motor vehicle tax account 90541. Number seven, LM 2026-0047, order concerning real property taxes of Cheval K. Santos on motor vehicle tax account 93825, 96163, 98363, and 98377. Number eight, LM 2026-0032, order concerning real property taxes of Riverfront Development LLC, tax account numbers 7532, 7592, and 7594. These items are on file and available for public inspection in the Office of Legislative Services, 165 Church Street, per order of Honorable Troy Streeter, Chair, attached Michael Smart, City Clerk. If you need disability-related accommodations, please call 3 days in advance, 203-946-7651, voice, or 203-946-8582, TTY. Okay, I'd like to introduce my alder, starting from the right to the left.
Teresa Moran, Alder, Ward 12.
Alder Magnet Town, Ward 16.
Frank Douglas, Ward 2.
Alder Troy Streeter, Ward 21.
Brian Wingate, Beaver Hills, Ward 29.
I would like to acknowledge Alder Frank Redente, who's in the Alder Frank Redente, who's in the audience, Ward 15. Thank you. At this time, we would like anyone that's for number one, LM 2025-0613, order concerning real property tax of Richard A. Buckholz, tax account numbers 1929, 1930, and 1931. Please come up and state your name and address for the record.
Staff, have we heard from the testimony?
Were they supposed to be here tonight?
Yes.
Not here. Okay, pass over that. We'll go on to number two, LM 2026-0022, order concerning urban
Elephant in the room.
Okay, elephant in the room, urban youth boxing, requesting tax assistance. Anyone here that, please come up.
Elephant in the room.
Let me take a seat here.
Mm-hmm.
Your name and address for the record, please. Yes.
Devon Kennedy, Executive Director for EIR Urban Youth Boxing. The address is 540 L.T. Brossel Boulevard.
Okay, state your claim.
The claim tonight is basically there's some old taxes from 2023 and 2024. Actually, there's one missing from the numbers that you read out earlier. But most of the taxes are for a 2008 van. It's nearly 20 years old. It's a van that we use to transport the youth to tournaments, to different gyms for sparring and things of that sort. This matter is basically the form that we're tax exempt. Let me make that clear first. We're 501c3. We've been serving inner city kids for 16 years. One of the gyms in the neighborhood, the gym owner just passed away, and we're getting an influx from his gym to our space as well. So we serve a lot of kids over a long time, and we have an old van that's not even running. The van has been sitting because we can't afford to replace the transmission. And these taxes came, it's somewhere around $3,000. We are asking for these taxes to be removed so that way we can continue our program and continue to serve the kids. And the city in hopes that we'll be able to get this van repaired to be used for the youth. And that's all it's used for, it's parked in the lot right at the business. I'm not so sure, because we're tax exempt, why we would pay taxes anyway, but I think for the most part it was a form. I think it's called an N3 form that needs to be filed with their assessors. And when we move, they notify you when it's due, because it's due every 4 years. I'm sure you know this. But we missed the notification because we moved in 2021 from a small gym to a 5,500 square foot space now that's used to serve the kids. That's all I have.
Okay. Any questions from colleagues?
Mr. Chair.
I recognize Alderman Douglas.
Thank you for all the work you do,
Thank you.
the work that you've done, and I know all the work that you're going to be doing with our kids. And congratulations on the movement from
Orchard Henry Orchard for 10
expanded over
years.
to Lombok. That's fabulous. You know, it's really remarkable.
Thank you.
So were you trying to get this vehicle registered?
No, it's actually registered. It's just not running.
Okay.
And it's been sitting for quite
So
a bit
it's
of
really
time.
There's no use to you, right?
It's no use to us right now. And we're tax exempt. So honestly, I'm going to take this one for the team that I missed the notification to file the N3, but I do have a copy that I did file it for this year.
Okay.
So we're all set. It's already filed with the assessors. But that's my fault. I'm a one-person organization. I do a whole lot, and sometimes I forget, you know.
Well, you carry a heavy weight. So
I do.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I have. Thank you.
But I just wanted to mention that it was a number that wasn't listed as under what your records are. Did you have 0065766?
Yes, we do.
You have that one?
Yes, 65766-2084.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have that.
Okay. All right, I think that's it. I thought it was one of them that was missing, but it seems that you have it.
Okay, Alderman Wingate?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for all the work that you do in the community.
Thank you.
The question is it more than one vehicle or just one?
Just one, a 12-passenger van. Do you see? I think this is a Ford 2008 Ecoline. The others, I think those are personal property taxes, like for our Ring. Again, our Ring is 15 years old.
Right.
But you have to list all your properties. So, you know, we're trying to follow the rules. So a lot of this is personal property tax, which the van falls under that as well.
Okay. I follow you now. I was trying to cipher because it is other monies here that not reflected to what?
To the van.
To the van.
Yeah, it's still personal property, like our
Okay.
boxing ring, any gears, ellipticals,
Right.
treadmills, personal property taxes.
But you're tax exempt for that particular process, right?
Yes.
For those pieces, you're tax exempt. But what you're saying, you missed that one,
I did,
but you filed for the new one,
I did.
right? And you brought the paperwork.
I do want to see it.
You know, I saw you bring it. I
Yeah.
believe you. But right now,
Mhm,
right, I think it's 2,000 in total.
mhm.
$2,086.18. You have a lot of interest up here.
Yeah. You telling me?
Okay.
Yeah, because this goes back to, I think, 2023
Mm-hmm.
and 2024.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
I think I got enough from what I'm asking for, what I'm looking for.
Sure?
I believe so.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Anyone else have a comment?
I have a question for staff.
Okay, Walter Douglas?
So we have both property tax for the property itself and the auto tax also. Why are they up here? Why are they appearing here at the same time? These aren't separate?
You've got two different years. You've got one for the vehicle and you've got one for personal property.
So the property tax is exempt because of its 50, right?
When they file the M3, showing that it is belonging to the nonprofit organization, it becomes, when it's approved by the assessors, which it has been for 2025, coming up, then taxes are exempt.
Are you understanding this?
I think so, saying that once they file three, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right, that's right.
Thank you for that clarification.
Okay, Alderman Moran?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. When was the last time the van was utilized for the children to pick them up?
Well, I repaired it several years ago. I actually had a rebuilt transmission put in
Okay.
several years ago. And just like most equipment or things you buy for rebuild, they don't always work for you very well. So it went shortly after I paid out a lot of money for it. So I would say maybe, we're in 2026, maybe 2 years, 3 years ago,
Okay.
something to that.
And it's still registered?
It is registered, yeah. Even though it's been sitting, I make sure that it's registered. And I've had it insured up until last month, where I dropped the insurance just to liability because it's sitting on the lot, it's not being driven.
So, one more question. So are you gonna keep it registered and just sitting, or?
Well, our hopes is to repair it.
Okay.
Actually, ironically, I had someone look at it today.
Oh, okay.
So he's gonna come by on Saturday. We tried to start it today, didn't even start. The battery's dead, it's been sitting. So we gotta jump it on Saturday and he's gonna take a look at it.
Okay.
So it's my hopes to get it up because the kids need it. A lot right now, they're relying on the parents and the bus
Right.
to get them to and from the gym.
Okay.
But it will be wonderful if I can get it running. But it costs money to do that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chair.
Any other questions?
Yes,
Oh my
I just want to be clear, so the gym is up and running currently?
The gym?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the gym is strong. We got a lot of kids in there. Yeah. No, I won't let the gym go. The van, another story. But the kids, the gym, it has to be there because it would be horrible without.
Okay, so now with the, what we're trying to see is the interest, the total interest on it is what?
Maybe 1,600 if you took the interest off.
240.25.
So you're saying they take the interest, put it under 16. Okay.
What's the final ask?
Right, yeah. So what is your final ask of us?
Uh, I was gonna ask if all of it could be removed. Because technically, right, and that, again, that's on me, if I had filed it right, it would be 0, right, because we're tax exempt, you know? But that, you know,
Okay.
You can do it in discussion.
Right. So we will have a discussion on this and, we'll let them know.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah, we'll have a discussion and we'll let you know.
okay,
You can stay or?
Okay, Alderman Gate?
Through the chair, if I may, say there's a couple of things that we can do
mhm,
in reference to payments, right? Just to give you the general knowledge of it,
mhm,
right? If you do, just say that we forgiving, just the interest and we bring it down to 1,600, right? We can do 90 days, right, to that process. Or we can just in deliberation go through and say we're gonna wipe everything clean to next year. But hang around for a little while. We're just gonna do, when we get through this in discussion,
okay,
you'll know more.
okay, thank you so much,
And thank you for coming.
appreciate you.
Item number 2. Item number 3.
Okay, we're on to item number 3. Order concerning real property tax of Elizabeth Santiago on motor vehicle tax accounts. Please come forth. Hello. Please state your name and address for the record.
It's Elizabeth Santiago, 63 Palmieri Avenue, it's in Haven, Connecticut.
Okay, please state your claim.
It's for my property, not for my car taxes. For 2016 Mazda and 2020 Mazda.
Okay, I see here it says one of them, the 21 was sold.
Yes,
Okay, so you owe the taxes on what
so there's two, the 2016, well, I traded that one in for the 2020 Mazda.
Yeah, I see up here. Yeah, 2020 miles I see, and I see, 4 different tax accounts?
Yes, and I'm here to see if I can resolve that and we make payment arrangements.
Okay, so what is your ask of us today?
See if you can help me resolve the taxes that I owe.
Okay, is there any questions from colleagues? Alderman Gate?
Thank you, Chair. So what happened?
I've been through a lot. I got a divorce and I lost after that, a year after I lost my job of 13 years. I worked at Yale University and I left the job for, due to my depression and so. After that, just everything. I had to leave my apartment, moved in with my sister, so I've been there ever since, and it's just been hard.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Hopefully things get better for you.
Hopes.
Any other questions? Alderman Rand?
Thank you. So, because when I'm reading this, I'm seeing the comment as, you stated that you were too poor to pay it as for assistance. But you're saying arrangements so I can pay. So you have to be clear on your ask.
Okay.
Whatever your ask is, be clear on your ask. And then we'll discuss it and see what's what. But be very clear when you ask for something.
Okay.
You know, if I look at this, I think you don't have anything to pay, but then you're saying, oh, you know, I wanna see bigger, so you know what I mean? Just be very clear when you're asking for something. It's okay,
Sorry.
but ask what you want,
Mhm.
okay? All right.
Any other questions from colleagues?
Okay.
Okay, everyone's good?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll discuss it. And we'll discuss it and we'll let you know what we come up with.
I do that, yeah.
Okay, all right.
That's what they respond. You said you worked for Yale,
Mhm.
and what are you doing now?
I work as a PCA for my mom. She's sick. So I've been taking care of her.
You have kids?
I have two.
Two?
Mhm.
They all with you?
My daughter, she moved out. She's 22, but I have my son who's 16.
16? Okay. All right,
My car is not registered at the moment because of, you know,
are you trying to register
I want
the
to
car?
register the car so I can be able to bring my son to school and drive to my mom's.
Is it insured? It's car.
Mm-hmm. Right now, I have transportation with my sister. She works for me, and sometimes I take over.
So, moving forward, how are you gonna take care of your taxes in the future?
Hopefully I'll get a job by then, like a stable job. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I did just recently approve me for employment because I had a job for like a year and I had to leave that one due to sexual harassment. So it's just been going on a lot right now.
So, this is a rhetorical. How are you now? You
I'm doing
pretty
okay.
stable?
Yeah. I live with my sister, which is not good, you know, but I have to do it for now.
I have no more questions. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, I'll state for the record, Alder Melendez from Ward 13 have joined us. Okay, we'll deliberate and we'll get back to you. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you. Okay, do I stay here or? Okay,
You can stay or you can wait.
Okay.
Here.
thank you.
Okay, item 4, order of the Haven Board of Alders authorizing a tax agreement related to the property at 12 East Ferry Street. Any parties to that, please state your name and address for the record.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Shakima Burke, and my address is 1569 Quinnipiac Avenue, New Haven, Connecticut, 06513.
Okay, can you state what's your request?
Sure. So, my request is to enter a tax agreement with the city of New Haven in exchange for affordable housing. The property is a 7-unit residential building that's about 95% complete at the moment, and that's the request.
Okay. Do we have any questions from colleagues? Alder Wingate?
How many units?
It's 7 units total, 2 4-bedrooms, 3 3-bedrooms, 1 2-bedroom, 1 1-bedroom.
And you looking for a tax agreement or a tax abatement?
Abatement, agreement, I'm open to any type of opportunity.
Mr. Hayden?
The agreement is a tax abatement for 15 years.
So just for the sake of just my lack of knowledge around this, part of it. So this agreement will be the same as the tax abatement that we normally do for 15 years of a tax abatement with the,
It's like the, Union Square.
Okay.
Station, it's very large, that one.
Okay.
This happens to be a small.
okay. Okay, I just want to know, right?
Alder, I'm all set, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Alderman Melendez?
So, Alder Wingate kind of went into it a little bit. I just wanted to clarify that it is a tax abatement agreement
Mhm.
and something standard that we have done before.
Mhm.
And this is actually in a lower scale than we have done in the past.
Mhm.
So it's not that we're asking for anything, that the applicant's not asking for anything that we haven't done before. It was just it was worded on the agenda as an agreement, and we don't have an agreement attached to the agenda. That's where the question arose from. Thank you for the clarification.
Thank you. Mr. Hayden?
The tax abatement agreement is between the city and, it is written by the lawyers of the Borough Council, LCI, for Economic Development. The order coming out of the board is whether or not to approve
Mhm.
basically the agreement for 15 years at $650 per unit
Mhm.
per year.
Mhm.
The actual contract would be written by Economic Development.
Thank you for the clarification. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Anyone else have a question?
Yeah, I'm a little confused as to, I've seen it on a larger scale, so I just want to clarify, because you said in exchange for, so I just want to clarify, you'd be getting an abatement for 15 years. And this would be if you were to get this apartment, because you said in exchange for an apartment, so I need you to clarify that.
Okay, sure. So, this is a new construction 7-unit building that started in 2023. We're about 90% complete. As we have been reviewing our operation budget, we're noticing that the numbers are tight, and we noticed that a tax agreement will help the budget. And in exchange, I'm now applying for the tax abatement agreement so that the operation budget can, meet the needs that it needs to meet, and in return, provide affordable housing to the community. Not only affordable housing, but, up to code housing. Everything is, brand new, so.
And what is the AMI that you would be renting to?
One unit would be 50% AMI and the rest 80%.
150?
Yes, 1 3-bedroom will be 50%, and then the remaining will be 80%.
Thank you.
Okay, are there any other questions from colleagues?
No.
Okay, thank you for your time, and we'll let you know. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Okay, item number 5, order concerning real property taxes of Mary Britton on motor vehicle tax accounts. Please come forth, state your name and your address for the record. State your case, yes.
Hi, everyone. My name is Desiree Brown. My address is 625 Elm Street, New Haven, Connecticut. Thank you. They know me.
Okay, state your case.
So I'm filing for abatement for my mom's taxes, for her car taxes. My mom is 82. She's diagnosed with dementia. I just recently became her conservator. And prior to me being her conservator, there was a court-appointed conservator, an attorney, who was not paying any of my mom's stuff, her mortgage, her taxes. They canceled her life insurance. So I'm finding out all this, and I'm trying to get my mom's stuff rectified. I'm the youngest of 5, and it's a lot.
Is there any questions from colleagues? Alder Wingate?
Thank you for stepping up. How you doing?
I'm there.
So you're saying you're taking over now?
Yes.
Is this car drivable?
No, it's not. It's inoperable. It's sitting on flats. It won't start. It wouldn't start before she was diagnosed with dementia. My sister's then was taking her around. Then when she got diagnosed with dementia, like I said, there was a court-appointed attorney who was not paying any of my mom's stuff. And when I found out all that, I'm stepping in because this is my mom's stuff. My mom worked for this. She got her house at 70. All her taxes and her mortgage and everything has been paid up until then. So, and I don't have it to pay it. And my sister, who's her conservator, is a challenge with trying to get the money to pay the stuff, but the car's not registered and it's not good. It's
Thank
sitting
you.
on flats.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Alder Douglas?
So you're not trying to register the car?
Well, for what? I have my,
You said you were officially conservative now?
I'm a conservative
Do you
person.
have that? Mr. Chair,
Yes.
And to answer your question, no, I don't need to register my car. I have,
just gonna sit there, you know, do anything with it. You're not gonna do anything with it?
oh, me? I actually can't. In order for us to get rid of it, we have to petition the probate court.
Probate?
Yes.
Thank you. No more questions from me.
Okay, Alderman Hernandez.
Just a point of clarification, thank you for coming, and thank you for what you're doing for your mom, it's commendable. I see two cars here,
What two cars?
or
I
am I
know about
mistaken?
one.
Which car are you?
The 2011 Hyundai Sonata.
Okay, but I see a 2018 Chevy Equinox.
For who, my mother? My mother's Mary Britton, she only got a 2011 Hyundai Sonata.
Okay, so there's two cars listed here.
No, I have no idea about that.
Mr. Hayden?
Is there-
It's an error.
It's an error?
Scribble is error.
Yeah.
Just a Hyundai.
I just wanted to
Thank you.
clarify that
I'm
for
glad
the
you caught
record.
that.
Okay,
Yeah, right.
thank you.
Okay,
Scratch that off of it.
right here, we're gonna take that off, and, okay, so we're gonna, no more questions from colleagues? Okay, so we're gonna deliberate on this, and we'll get back to you. Thank you, thanks for stepping up.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out. Okay, we go on to the next one. Will be item number six. Order concerning real property tax of Cassandra C. Roach on motor vehicle tax accounts, 90541. No one's here for Cassandra Roach? Okay, we'll move on to number 7. Order concerning real property tax of Chevelle Santos on motor vehicle tax accounts. We'll hear from Ms. Santos. Okay, we'll move on to item number 8. Order concerning real property taxes of Riverfront Development LLC tax account. Please step forth and state your name and address for the record.
My name is Fereshte Bekrad. I reside in 776 Quinnipiac Avenue in New Haven, Connecticut.
I'm Joseph Rini, and I have a law firm at
Rico Tower, 216 Crown Street here in Newgate.
Okay, state your case.
Okay, I have been in the city since 1993, and I've built and improved a lot of buildings. In downtown, Elm Street, 67 L, Carroll Convalescent Home, I tenanted with 12 units, Clinton Avenue apartment, um, Dragon Point condominium, 764 Quinnipiac Associates, and 776 Quinnipiac Associates. Throughout all these and riverfront properties. And if you look at the history, the only one that I had a problem is riverfront development. From the time that I purchased it in 2005, 2006, we had an accident car in 2008, which burned half of the building. And one of the reasons I didn't pay that year, and the year before, I had to spend a lot of money to put it back to work. However, the same location, same speeding car, did it again in 2014. And this time burned all day. And I was told by the city to wall it up. The building had no right. The other property, this is 185, 195, 201 Front Street. The 213 Front Street is a property that had a long history of probably its ownership, its occupancy. It's next to Osuko condominium. And right the day that I was signing the contract, that they do not have a proper survey. The property was occupied by next door for about all the way to 2020, and 50 by 136 feet. And the property was accumulated by two easements, permanent easement and temporary easement, for the purpose for possible extension of Oyster Cove in future, in the middle of the property. So we couldn't do anything, couldn't build anything, couldn't get anything approved, couldn't get anything changed until, and then that was something that the city should have recognized. That property is occupied for a driveway that doesn't exist otherwise for them. Anyway, so we had to sue. After more than $300,000 of legal fee, was able to get my property back. However, I still think that the tax assessor's office has the configuration of the property incorrect. And we pay taxes all along for the property that did not have a value because it wasn't conveyed. Same thing on 185 Front Street. And we kept going back and forth to the city, and every time when I came up with a proposal, they said, you can't do that because there is an easement. You can't do that because there is part mistake. Anyway, long story, and what you see the file I have here is all my correspondence with Maureen Belani throughout this whole process of trying to figure out I'm going to rebuild this property right now. Part of the wall on one of the warehouse has come down, and I have a contractor starting as tomorrow to start demolishing the area because I have to do brownfield. I cannot take the whole building down. Although the building is, nobody's in it now. There was a storage and we were taking everything out. I'm not asking for much. I looked at what I showed that I am delinquent in tax. I'm willing to pay that what I am in delinquent in tax and abolish the interest. That's all I'm asking for. Property is going to cost me somewhere $35 to $40 million to develop. It's going to provide 75 units of senior housing, artist housing, and 18,000 square feet of commercial, and 500 linear feet of seawall, as well as boardwalk. I'm the only one who had done public pedestrian walkway in the way, which is up Quinnipiac Avenue. And I'm going to do another one here on First, where people can come from Fairhaven, from Grand Avenue, to this property, enjoy the waterfront, be part of festivities that is going to be developed there that will revive Fairhaven. That's all I'm asking for.
So let me, following your lead from before, what specifically we're talking about, so I want to be real clear. Taxes for real estate in the state of Connecticut can only be collected for 15 years after the first date the taxes are due. Translating that into English, the grand list of 2008 and the grand list of 2009 can no longer be collected. If it's not already in suit, it cannot be collected because it's over. So here, there are two properties that have liens that gave them the 15 years, are only 185, which is right on the water, and 213, which is right on the water. 212, the only lien was 2008 grand list, it's gone. So here's the statute, just so you have it in your records. 12175 is the actual statute that says it can only be collected for 15 years. And that's providing with the lien. What I have just given you is the print off of the city tax bills. And what you'll see, if you look at it really quickly, 185 is on the front page, 230 is on the second page. The deal, I don't want to say deal, the extraordinary work that was done with Ms. Villani, because it was such a mess on how this whole thing developed with the fires and everything else, and the tax appeals. There were 4 tax appeals, by the way. What happened is that she said, okay, if you pay the tax for the current year, I will credit it to the current year. Well, we were trying to sort out 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011. So you see nothing on those sheets after 2012, and that's only on 213. On 185, the last thing you're seeing is grand list 2010. Now 10, which the first payment date would be July 1, 11, is within the 15 years, because that won't be June 30th of this year. So what we have done is taken, this is right off your web today. I have put, if you look at it, I've highlighted in yellow, that shows the taxes, the payments were made, and then the last, on the yellow side is the total taxes and interest. So I have it circled with the number there that shows the total of the taxes and the interest. Below that, I have written the numbers that Ms. Villani had given us for what is the taxes, not the interest. And if you looked, if you wanted to take the time, if you look at the taxes and what was paid, that's exactly the number that I have written on the bottom. So what we're asking for, to be very clear, is we will pay what the number is on the bottom, which totals about 7,000. Yeah, 7,500, I think, some change. We're asking to abate the interest because it was such a nightmare through the whole thing. I will add one little piece that Ms. Beckrat has mentioned. When we finished the years of litigation with Oyster Cove over this easement stuff, and the fact that they doubled the size of the easement and just took it, what happened is we settled in part by deeding them part of 213. I have given, personally, I have given that deed and that map to the assessor's office 3, if not 4 times. And they aren't, it should be fairly simple. If you have a, 40,000 square feet, you give them a quarter, then you only have 30,000 left. It's raw land. It should just be a simple calculation. This is what it's worth. We'll pay for 3/4 of it. They have never adjusted it correctly. they're still showing it like half of what the value of the square footage is. So we're actually overpaying. I will also say that Oyster Cove, throughout the whole litigation, even on court, claimed they were being billed at the same time we were for what they were using. No one has ever found that payment. So if it ever got billed, we have no idea where it went. And I've never needed confirmation. So what we're basically saying is the taxes on taxes, not the interest, but the taxes on 10, which is only on 185, other taxes since that have been paid, and the taxes on brands 10, 11, and 12 for 185, I mean, for 213, we will pay. But we're asking for a waiver of the interest because at 18% per year, even though the amounts are low, it's, you know, it's like 3 times as much, or at least twice as much as what the taxes were. So we're asking to do that. And what Ms. Beckwright is indicating is we have applied to the city, to the state, to the city, and the state have awarded the cleanup grant for the environmental, which is over almost $1 million that has to be spent just to clean the property before we develop it.
Okay, Alderman Gay.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just for the bottom line that we're trying to get to, and I think you're trying to get to, can you read off the numbers that you're saying that you're willing to pay?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so we're saying on 185, the principal, which is just the tax, is 3,520. Everything else is interest. So of that 13,000, almost 10 is just interest.
Okay.
Okay. And then 213, the only other one that's got taxes within 15 years, the principal amount of taxes is $3,434 of the total of the 11,000. So there it's a little bit less. It's vacant land. Okay, so we're saying, yes, we would pay the 3,434 on 213 and 3,520 on 185. And there's nothing collectible on 212 because the only tax that like $260 is all the way back to 2008. So it's out of it. It's up past 15 years.
Well, thank you for clarification, sir. It helps me. Thank you.
I have brought with me even the map that shows the easement, the fenced property, and the other easement.
Yeah, this is what Ms. Becker was pointing out. 213, this is the water. This is Front Street. Oyster Cove is over here. They had a temporary driveway here, but they used twice as much space. In fact, they used it all the way down the water. This was the permanent easement that was supposed to come in, and it was recorded, and the city wouldn't let us put anything over here because that easement was there. But Oyster Cove had already declared they were never building the second part of the project.
Yeah,
And-
so that's to that effect.
And we had to go to litigation, or go to court for what, 3 years? Almost 3 years just to get this abandoned because they were never gonna do it.
And I have written some,
That you already submitted that.
have you,
No, you said you did you send it in?
no.
Oh, all right, there's a letter explaining the back
No,
history.
because it's been the most difficult site to deal with, and I've been more than 15 million square feet around the world. I've never had anything like this.
Okay, what I want to do, can I excuse you for a few minutes? I want to bring the city up and see what they say that the explanation is of this, because we have the city back here also. So we want to see, what the explanation is and try to.
So you want to smoke
get
this
this.
way?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll move.
Correct.
Yep. Let them come up.
I would like to have the city come up and explain what, their point of view of this situation is.
I think I would like to have it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening.
You don't leave. Okay. Okay, state your name and address for the record, please.
Alex Bullen, Acting City Assessor, 6 Pequot Avenue, North Haven. How you doing tonight, today?
We're looking for some clarification on, what they were just stating about the, taxes, interest, and what you.
Well, two things.
Easement also.
There are two different offices that are involved, and a lot of these are tax issues and not assessment issues. But the issue of the easement and a lot of the assessment claims that are being made were already litigated. So they filed, I know a lot of things are being brought up right now, but these are things that were appealed already, that were brought to court, and which were settled by a judge. So they really don't have any bearing on what's being brought in front of the committee today. What's being brought in front of the committee today is that there are years of taxes that are owed, and they're asking for the interest to be removed, because at the time that the litigation began, they paid 75% under protest. And that is a tax collector statute that allows you, when you're in litigation, to pay 75% of something instead of paying the entire 100%. Now, whatever money was not paid, interest was still accruing on that 25% that wasn't paid. And I really can't speak much more to that because that's all on the tax collector side.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from colleagues? Alderman Douglas?
Give us a dollar figure on the 25% that was owed. Can you give us that?
I cannot, because I don't know what was actually paid. All I know is that this paper says that they paid 75%, but I don't see the
interest on the 25%.
You gotta talk to the tax collector.
It's a tax, are they here? We can have them come up.
Yes, we have the tax collector come up. Can you please come up?
Is there anything else we should know?
I think that's the gist of it.
State your name and address for the record.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Melissa Eden, 7 Archer Lane in Connecticut, and I'm the deputy tax collector.
Use that mic there.
Can you share the microphone?
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Okay. Alderman Douglas, pose your question to her.
So he stated that there was 75% paid that they had to pay up. It was 25% of the remainder that accrued interest. Can we get a dollar figure on that, please?
Okay, so I'll be very honest with you, as you're aware, this was during morning's time, tax collector. This literally just came to our lap and we started looking into it. And some of the items are archived, so we would have to look deeper to get you the exact number. But from what we were able to see, they were denied, and that's why they were responsible and not paid interest.
Through the chair, can you get that information to us and to the staff?
Now, would it be, Don, would it be these numbers that are on the worksheet?
Those are the taxes that were on the system that shows what they owe.
Okay. So you're looking for what they owe, or you're looking for what they paid?
I'm looking for what they owe. We're looking for what they owe.
This is it. This is it. This would be 25%.
25%
This
of
would
what?
be the 25% of what they owe for the total taxes. After 75%. So just a question, so is that correct that after 15 years, it's capped at 15 years, and after 15 years, you're no longer responsible for paying the taxes owed?
It's uncollectible.
It's uncollectible?
That's
And so,
amnesty, right?
so 2008 and 2009 would not be collectible at this point?
2008, no. 2009, that would have been in 2000, no.
Okay, point of order. Alderman Douglas, in the future, just wait until you call the phone to speak. Thank you. Anyone else have questions? Alderman Wingate?
Thank you, Sir Chair. I'm looking at these numbers and I'll be honest with you, I'm perplexed, right? And like, it says, if I'm reading this right, let me get this number correct. It's like the interest on 185 Front Street is $35,000. The taxes is $12,000. How is the interest 35,000 and the taxes is 12,000?
The answer to that would be because we are now in 2026, and these are dating back to 2008, and no money was paid on these taxes. So that's a long time, it's almost 20 years.
I get it. I get it. So with the accrual, right, and this gentleman here brings a statute around the time limits of the actual time you can pay. Does that come into the equation as y'all was doing y'all deliberations and looking at this, recouping these taxes? Did that actual?
So as I stated, we literally just got this, so we had to actually dig, and like I said, some of it is archived, so we have to go back and do further research if that's, what, you can put specifics, basically.
Yeah, one more.
Alderman Gay.
One more. So it's the same thing on 213, and the city never reached out. The city, it's been 20 years. The city send them information saying you have to pay this, you have to pay this. What was your process for them to try to get the money from them? What was your process?
Well, because I don't work in the tax collector's office, I have to defer to the collector. We don't handle any of that.
And I hate to do this, but I just came to the position, and this was where Maureen, I don't want to push the blame, but, so I can't speak, I want to speak on something that I don't know.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair.
But there's a lien on it, correct?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Alderman Melendez.
Thank you both for coming.
Thank you.
And I have questions of just for clarification. Like, and I'm gonna go off of Walter Wingate's point. There's a statute that says after 15 years, we can't collect on it.
From due date.
From due date. Couple of these are from the due date, correct? So at this point, 15 years later, 20 years later, the city's made, it's a lien, no foreclosure, no anything on the property. And then at this point, we've doubled the amount in interest.
Which is why we had
That's
to
our
go
practice.
back to archive. That's why I was explaining some of them, we couldn't.
I understand that, but don't we have, like, as a city, checkpoint as to end of year on where we are on properties, what they owe, what legal point we are on them, where to proceed forward? I mean, there should be like a point of audit, right? I work somewhere, they audit us, so is there a check balance, with things like this so that they don't slip through the cracks? And we are put in this position today.
There is, and I can actually also tell you that when we started looking into it, which was just like literally yesterday, there was also a conversion from what was called HTE to QDS, which we also saw that kind of played a role in it also. So that's why I said we would have to actually dig into what happened there, because there was a conversion and we don't have access to the old software.
So we can't even go back and check. So we have no actual proof or documentation because the software no longer exists. It's been moonlighted off into the sunset, and for us to move forward, we would have no additional documentation from the city department, from the tax collector's office to proceed forward.
Other than what's available now.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Is there any other further questions from staff? Alderman Lindes?
Mm-mm.
Excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I think my question is more based on the fact, I mean, to say that information just disappeared, right? Like, I'm sure that, that Riverfront, right, development knew that these taxes were owed, paid 75% over a period of time, and then 25% remaining. But I do think that the capped numbers would need to be removed to be able to assess exactly what it is that we're doing here, to be fair, right? Because that is not, so some of these numbers are, it would kind of change a few things here. But there is going to be a development that's going up there. It's never been a non-payment due to a shortage or inability to pay. And I think that's a question that I have for the members asking for the abatement. But is there anything, I mean, should we go back, I think, and check some of these and just kind of remove what needs to be removed and have this information updated?
Yeah, any more questions?
Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Excuse me to bring other parties back up.
Thank you.
Mr. Poulin was one of my soccer players. I coached for 11 years in the recreational league.
I believe it.
And I had a lot of fun.
Thank you for that.
Yes, please come up.
So to clarify, yes, the numbers I gave you are the 25%. To make it real clear, that's the part that wasn't paid. Part of the problem was that we went back and forth with Ms. Maloney on how these payments were being applied. And we would go in and go through it, and then we try and figure it out. Some payments were made, and we go back and try and figure it out. And it went on back and forth once, 3 times a year for years and years and years. I can't answer much more than that. What I've given you on those 2 numbers is the 25%.
But if I can add something, because Marie Delani did the calculation. I can add something to that, because before she left, she sent me a calculation of what was owed at that time, for 2024. And then she added that for each one of the properties with her name. This is what we have as now.
So what Ms. Beckerat is talking about, she's going to give you the top sheet here.
You gave it to them, I think, that's why.
No, I don't think I get that.
I have to say though, when the building was burned, I have an estimate of $1 million loss that we incurred. And that loss was because the police chased illegally somewhere which already was fired once before and destroyed the whole thing.
So what I have passed over is what Ms. Maloney had given, which was a copy of different bills, and her summary. And here's the one that has the.
That's part of that summary.
This is the cover sheet. What has been identified was by year, what was the taxes, the 25%, and then over in the last column, if I read it correctly, is the interest. So this is what we're saying we're asking to have it removed, and of course, anything before 2010 we're saying is no longer collected. It's just the way the law reads. I didn't create it, I only have to live with it.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't want to shut anybody off if there was still a question.
Can I see that before it goes?
I'm gonna make a copy.
He's got to make a copy.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't bring enough copies of the cover sheet.
Okay, just a minute.
Okay, I think that we have enough, and, thank you, and we'll get back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Make a motion to close the public portion. Okay. Okay. Is anyone else who wants to testify to any of these items? Going once? Is anyone who wants to testify to any of these items? Twice? Is anyone who wants to testify to any of these items?
I move we close the public portion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it.
Mr. Chair, I'm going to skip item 1 because it was a no-show.
Right.
So I move the second item.
Second.
Second.
Discussion? Alderman Gate?
Yes. This is a pillar in our community.
I'm sorry, did I miss you? Did you call?
No.
Okay.
Okay, Alderman Gate, going to proceed?
This is truly a pillar in our community to help our youth out. I think it was just a timing error for this situation. I think if they would have caught the paperwork in time, they had the 501(c)(3), they wouldn't have to pay the taxes on this stuff. So I mean, I'm in favor of forgiving everything.
Yes.
So moved.
Alderman Douglas?
Thank you, Alder Wingate, for that. I concur. I'm in agreement with that. Yes, elephant in the room has been with us for quite some time now. We've done a lot of funding through community block grants, and she's just staying the course. And she's taking care of our youth, like Alder said. So I'm in agreement with proposals that Alder Wingate.
Any other?
No.
Alderman?
No, I do think that, this is something that had the proper forms been done in the proper time, would have been taken care of anyway, and, it'd be great to allow, this individual to continue her work with, urban youth.
Okay. Alderman Rand?
Thank you, Pierre. I'm in agreement as well. I just feel like it's for our youth, and for her not to have to focus on this kind of stuff, for her to focus on our youth. I'm definitely in agreement of removing everything.
I concur, I agree. I think she's doing a magnificent job with the youth, and it's more than needed, and I'm in agreement in favor of it also. All that's in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
I move item 4.
Second.
Second.
Discussion? Alderman Wingate?
This is, I just want to make sure I'm right. Oh, you know what? I think I skipped.
You skipped someone.
I think I skipped 3. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm gonna take my motion back, if I can do that. And I would like to move item 3.
Second.
I'll hold my second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Just a second and then discussion, sir. Okay. 3. Okay.
Discussion on that?
Mhm.
Right.
Mr. Mars.
Correct, discussion on number 3, with the Mazda, the taxes. Alder Moran?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm in favor of removing it. I feel her passion, I feel what's going on with her, and everything that she's doing. And as a single parent, she's went through so much with the divorce and the job loss and trying to help take care of her mom and stuff. I'm just in agreement of relieving her of that headache.
Okay, Alder Melendez?
I'm gonna pivot over to a different point of view on this particular subject. I notice here that on the first line, it says 2016 and that it was sold. How we came about the rest of the taxes, I think it is egregious that we continue to tax folks if we see something on a sold item. And we need to come up with a better system. I've seen it with other constituents within the, my ward, that things, and it could be, the constituents not returning their license plates or things like that. I can understand that. However, we have to come up with a better system in utilizing our resources, other than, having these numbers on our, having the numbers on the ledgers as outstanding or charging people and then adding interest to these things, stressing people out and then continuing to, they won't be able to register a vehicle because of all this that we have on here. So I think it's just a lot of, we have room to improve.
Staff?
Just for clarification, the first one is a 2016 Mazda 3, and she was only billed for a partial year. You see the next one, that's also to 2021, the 2020 Mazda 3. That was partially billed for that year. So the first car was not billed past that 1 year. It just has to be the same model.
And so, and then we build, so it was 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024.
They're all for the 2020 Mazda.
So we went 4 years of outstanding taxes for a vehicle.
Yeah,
And,
that she owns. She owned the vehicle, that's the one she has currently.
and it's registered?
I believe she said it was.
Okay.
Actually, yes, it was registered, otherwise you would not have gotten notification and billed to the board.
Okay, Alder Wingate?
I don't have I don't have the quick math, but if we forgave all the interest on this particular situation, what would that be? John?
You gave all the interest.
If we forgave all the interest and just had her pay the tax bill that she owed, we gave all the interest.
The tax bill would be $2,254.54. That's just the taxes.
2,000 what?
If you look under the bottom of the tax line,
Okay,
here's
thank you.
the amount.
No, that's a good team. I go for more discussion.
Right, more discussion?
Isn't there a motion on the floor?
No, we're in discussion. We're in discussion.
So, yes,
Alder Moran?
thank you. So if she's saying she have a hardship, if we just remove the interest, how is she going to pay the rest?
saying, basically saying it's removing interest, you still $2,254, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Mr. Chair.
Alderman Wingate?
Mr. Chair, I mean, you know, as a committee and as you the chair, you know, we can do what you think is best. You can do what we think is best, for, you know, us and her. You know, we are a tax abatement committee that, you know, we have to receive some kind of taxes or whatever, but at the same time, it's a thing whereas, I mean, I never want to put a person in a situation where they're not going to be successful around the finances. So I don't know if she's going to be able to even pay the $2,200 that's being asked. So, you know, and I don't know.
There's a motion on the floor.
Well, I'm not finished. I'm just pausing. Like we have to be in a process of understanding, right? Like when I say, thank you, Mr. Chair. That's when I give the mic back. Right? That's when I give the mic back, right? For us, you know. So, yeah, I'm a little perplexed with this one, but I will go with my colleagues on how they want to support this one. Okay? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Alderman?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to say, I don't want to question the hardship. I think that clearly there's been some hardship, and that there is perhaps some discrepancies in different costs throughout the years. I can see the partial cost and the full cost throughout the year, when it jumped from, 2021 to 2022, that there was a significant increase, and even with the lower payments, they weren't paid as well.
Again, 2021, you had the 2016 Mazda, the 385, and then you also had a partial bill in 21 for the 2020 Mazda for the time that she owned it of 197.62. If you put the two together, it's close to it's over $500 for the full year for two vehicles, which is not unusual for a new vehicle.
He's saying if you put these two numbers together, the 197 and the one on top of the he's going to equal as a
I see. I am definitely in support of supporting this and helping in the taxpayers.
Okay, I have a question for her. If the taxes is cut in half, would you be able to pay that? If we suspend the interest and cut taxes in half, that'd be $1,127. $1,127.27. Can you come back up here, please?
You need to reopen it, sir. You close the public portion. So if you
Okay,
guys
very
wanna
well.
bring people back up, you just need to reopen.
Oh, no. Okay, just stay there. Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's okay. You can do it.
So, yeah, I'm wondering what time frame, Alderman Wingate?
Mr. Chair, I move that we open the public portion back up.
Second. Okay, please come back up. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, can you please come back up? Okay, my question is if we cut the, actual 2,054, whatever, in half, it would be $1,127.27 old, would you be able to pay that? And how much time would you need to pay that?
Before you go, we need her name and address.
Oh, your name and address for the record again, please.
I'm Elizabeth Santiago, 63 Palmary Avenue, New Haven.
Okay. Now, the question is, if we cut it in half to $1,127.27, would you be able to pay that over, what time frame would she have? Would you be able to pay that?
Like, I just lost my fourth job, and like I this PCA job is like it's part-time. I'm only working 4 hours. So I just got approved for unemployment, so I'm just really backed up with the job.
Okay, so that would be a hardship for you also to pay down. Okay, all right, thank you. Let's see.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, one gate.
I move that we close the public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, now back to Alderman Gay.
I make a motion that we forgive all the taxes and interest on item number 3.
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, thank you.
Alderman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, it's just evident that it's a hardship case. And I believe we should forgive all the taxes and the interest. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, any other? Alderman Moran.
Thank you. I agree that we should just relieve the stress and give her a fresh start.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Mr. Chair, I move item 4.
Item 4. A second?
Second.
Discussion? Alderman Gay?
Mr. Chair, yeah, I think this is straightforward. I think this is a tax abatement as we've done in the past. For these 7 units, I think, the 50/80 for the 7 units, I think is a wonderful thing for us. I'm in total favor of this.
Any other my colleagues have any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? The ayes have it.
Mr. Chair, I move item 5.
Second?
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. Chair.
Alderman Douglas?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is another hardship case, I believe. Ms. Brown stepped up to the plate to take care of her mother, and being that she's not really capable of handling her own affairs, she's taking it on, so I think we should forgive it. Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Also, for the record, I want to note that,
Alder Melendez.
also for the record, I want to note that it was, and we are forgiving the taxes on the 2011 Hyundai Sonata. And as noted, that 2018 Chevy Equinox does not belong to this account. And it should not have been, I want to make it's not for Mrs. Griffin.
Okay, no. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
The ayes have it.
Mr. Chair, I move, I believe, item 8.
Second? Discussion?
So, Mr. Chair, so this is a lot of moving parts with this time, to say the least, right? I use the word perplexed lightly tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Right.
So it is a lot of moving parts with this, but I really believe, right, that first of all, I think we need to understand the statute, right, before we can really make a sound vote and decision on this, right? Because if they can actually, right, not have to pay after 15 years, then I think we'll know more on what we're trying to do here, right? All right, understanding that there's gonna be affordable housing at some point and all that wonderful stuff, right? But I think logistically, we need to know what we are voting on in the right way, right? And the 75% to the 25% of what he and she is saying about the $7,000. And we want the $7,000, but I think we want more to understand. I think we should have more understanding around the statute if we really want to do this the right way.
Absolutely.
Agreed. I think there was a question from Alder Melinda.
Not a question, just, I wanted to, state the fact around this case that there were many, moving parts, however, there were absent parts, and there were, parts of where, the actual explanation could not be rendered to us tonight because either we'll never get the parts, right? Because the software has been sunsetted, which means it's deleted and no longer exists. Also, the person acting upon this was the former tax collector who is no longer with us. Seeing the materials provided and looking at the figures they were given to from the prior tax assessor, the 7,000. It fits the story, right? It fits the storyline. And the amount of taxes, as Alder Wingate pointed out, they double, they triple, they quadruple. I mean, it's an excessive amount of money, which doesn't, fit the equation properly, as anyone who lives in the city, develops in the city, wants to stay in the city. I mean, that's a successful city resident story for the city of New Haven. And for us to go around, it almost seems like we would penalize this person, for mishaps. There was litigation, money, a car accident by a police chase, money. And we all know that if something like that happens, insurance does not cover it. So I myself would feel comfortable in allowing them to pay the 7,000 and forgiving the interest. Thank you, sir, Chair.
Okay, any other further discussion?
I kind of agree with, thank you, Chair, with Wingate in that these are a lot of moving parts. I think that it was never due to a lack of ability to pay. And I think that something that you're talking about 15 years of 25% for several of these here, which do amount to something, right? And it's not difficult to figure out what, how much the taxes were for particular years and to figure out some of this stuff. Although there are some issues as far as land and easements, I don't think it was ever an issue of inability to pay. And I do think that it's something that should be looked at a later date to really assess what are the amounts that were capped, what are the things that are no longer on the list to be paid over time, and what then should be done to be written off. Because this is a big amount, and the future development is not affordable housing, it's market rate. Just for clarification.
All right, thank you, Alder Natal. Alder Douglas? Alder Wingate, sorry.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Chair. So I want to be, I want to be clear about what I'm talking about in reference to what I think we should look at. Because I believe the outhouse is closed. I believe that what the numbers are in front of us is the numbers. That's what I really believe in reference to what the tax have accrued to. My question is it the, I just got a piece of paper in front of me saying the legal statute says after 2008, they don't have to pay, right? 15 years go by, they don't have to pay. I'm not a lawyer, right? I'm not versed in that kind of knowledge, but I'm asking that we do get that kind of knowledge, right? Because if we get that kind of knowledge, it makes us kind of like clear, right? What we can ask for and what we can't ask for. That's what Brian is saying. Now, I don't know if these units are gonna be affordable or not, but I think we as a board should get the facts around the legal part so we can know what we can ask for. And whatever we can ask for, we should ask for it. That's my position on this. Now, I don't know if that's stop or vote or not tonight. I don't know. I would go through I would go through the chair to ask those kind of questions. But clearly, I think before we make a final decision on this, we need to understand if that legal part of it is actual. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Alder Blaine, you have a question?
So, I guess just a statement made. So we had the figures in front of us stated by the tax assessor's office. I apologize, tax collector's office, which there's a difference. So I think our figures are pretty clear on what they are. What we're going back to, answer Alder Wingate is, as to the statute that was handed to us this evening and where the confinements are around that, how we interpret that particular statute. I'm a little bit better versed in it. I'm not an attorney. I'm paralegal by trade, full disclosure. So I see it all day long in previous committees on BZA. They do statutes at us all the time, so I have to get quickly versed. But I don't have a problem with waiting for for court counsel to come back with us as to an explanation or an explanation in layman's terms as to what the statute says about collecting a debt after 15 years, if it's uncollectible after the 15 years.
Alder Moran?
Chair, I thought we confirmed that, about that statute.
Through the testimony of the tax collector, correct?
Confirmed that was correct.
Mhm.
That after 15 years, it's uncollectible. So if that is true, what are we digging back for? It's, instead of going forward from then, okay, we're not talking about that now because the files can't be, whatever. But I did thought we was clear about that statute. I thought we were. I could be, and it's.
It's closed. Can we open it if you want to? This is.
Yeah, because we need to know.
So it was already established. Through the chair, they were going to get this information back to you and to the doctor. The verification. I don't understand why we're going off on this tangent.
No. They didn't say that. All those. Mr. Chair, may I respond to all the Douglas?
Yes.
So we asked them to get this information back to us, but I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. The assistant director said the archives was basically closed. She couldn't get the information. There was no information to get. That's what she said at the table. There's no information to get because it went back so far to the archives. There's nothing to get. That's why I switched to the actual. Was it legal for them not to pay after all of these years? But Alder Morant is saying that it's already been established that they do not have to pay after all of these years. So now that I got that information from my colleague saying that it's official, then I'm willing to vote on this. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Staff, have anything to add?
Yeah, I'll have to check with the tax office exactly, figure out, because I don't know what the tax is that they would owe. they would have to, I know what's on the computer now. But they're saying certain years would not be collectible. And I would have to get from them just what the actual tax amount is and which accounts are affected to be able to give the interest on those accounts. I can't do a blanket order and say, all accounts are interest forgiven. You know, I've got to give them something more specific, so I'll have to check in with them, which I can do, and you can forgive the interest. And I've got approximately 3 weeks to get that information because it doesn't go for a second reading until mid-April.
You good with your answer? We still in discussion?
Yeah, we're still in discussion, right? Alder Douglas?
Yeah, so I'm just not clear. I'm totally not clear. First of all, let me see how I can explain this. The figures that we have on our sheet here states that the total due, $70,000, $70,261.62 total. That's including the interest, which amounts to $51,113.78, and the actual tax estimated at $19,147.85. Now, yes, let's take into account that there's the tax amnesty in there somewhere. Now, beyond that tax amnesty, those 15 years, there still is interest to be added to the 25%, which was still owed. I don't have that figure here. I don't have that figure here. 7,000?
That's what's old.
That's what's old.
That's what's old. That's what's old, the 7,000.
Is that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. You're telling me, that's what they said.
That's what they said.
That's what they said is old. That's not Bible for me. We need to, as I asked the tax collector's office, can you get that to us? And she said she'll have to dig and get and find it. I didn't hear anything about it's archived. I heard she did mention the word archive, but she also said that she would have to go back and find out. And that's what I want to wait and hear from.
Okay. We still.
That's fine.
I support my colleagues in that.
Okay, Alder Melendez?
So, if they go back, so do we leave the public portion open? Because when they come back, how are they gonna speak if it's closed?
We'll table it.
Oh, we're gonna table it.
We'll table it.
Correct.
You can table it to the next tax committee.
Keep it in committee.
Meeting, and you either have it as a public workshop or a public hearing for that particular thing is for committee action only. That's up to you. And that's something that can be decided.
And the tax collector has to get that information to the chair and to the staff before we should move on this.
Okay.
Alder Moran?
Let me just be clear. I wasn't expected to vote without confirmed information. That would be silly.
That's right.
I was just speaking on the 15-year amendment part of it.
I respect.
That's Bible. I know that for a fact because I experienced it myself. 15 years is law. If they don't get it 15 years, they don't get it.
So we're just basically waiting on the confirmation for the numbers, whatever they are. Because anyone can hand a sheet of paper and this is what I owe.
So.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. I say that we table it until we get further information. All in favor? Oh, I say we table it. Do I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. We'll table till we get more information on this.
Mr. Chair, if I'm corrected, I think it's time for making a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All's in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We adjourn.
Do y'all understand the point?
What I'm trying to get across to you, is that, and I'm trying to get you to reopen the public portion, the tax confusion is because they were taxing her on a property that was being used by the other developer.
Right.
She said it in her testimony. That's where the 25% is.
But it was an easement.
Right.
But then-
But an easement means that they both use it.
No, they gave an easement to another developer.